Hello, Interior sports fans. Joe Cook here in the sports seat, filling in for Fred Brown with your Saturday sports. Now, last night at Lathrop Stadium, number 3 Lathrop hosted number 5 Wasilla in what turned out to be a high-scoring affair. Let's go under the lights and into the third quarter. Lathrop is ahead 21-14, but Chris Seminario, he punches it in from 4 yards out. 28-14 Lathrop. He had 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Malamutes turned out 359 rushing yards and 4 TDs after Wasilla scores 28-20 late in the third. And Robert Tanner goes play action on the 3rd and 16 and throws it up to Derek O'Neal. Eyes on the ball. He takes it into the end zone. O'Neal says, yeah, that was just crazy. 35-20 Lathrop. Wasilla would respond with the Devin Otto touchdown, his 3rd of the night, but Curtis Martin blocks his 2nd extra point of the game late in the 4th. The Malamutes would tack on another score and win it 42-32, clinching its first playoff berth since 2004. They are 4-0 and have doubled their wins from 2012.
I think beating this Wasilla team tells us something. This is a really good team, probably the best team in the conference, and this shows their class on both sides of the ball. They're both classy teams, very well coached. A lot of character on that field tonight from both sides.
It's a good feeling, man. It's been so long since we've done it. It's a spark in our season, and we got to keep it up all year. If we keep it up like this, we're going to make something happen this year.
And congrats to Lathrop. On the west side, the Wolfpack got their first win of the season. Houston came to the Interior, but they were not welcomed with open arms at West Valley. Charles Sudduth links up with Elijah Connell, who goes down the sideline for a 55-yard touchdown. Sudduth had 2 TD passes and rushed for 2 more in the second quarter. Marquise McCray, he would scamper for a 46-yard touchdown, 13-0 West Valley. Houston would get on the board, and then after a good return by Devin Cooks, Cooks would follow up with a nice touchdown catch, 33 yards from Sudduth, and that would end the first half. West Valley was up 20-6 at that point, and the Wolfpack would go on to win 41-12. Also today, Owlson was at Barrow, and the Ravens win big 71-14 and improve to 3-1 on the year. Monroe plays at Valdez this evening. More on these games on Monday. Now, last night, the Nanack volleyball team had its home opener in the Flint Hills Resources Alaska Nanack Classic. The Lumberjacks of Humboldt State were the opponents. First set action here, the Nanacks had an 8-3 lead, but Humboldt State would humble the Nanacks as they went on a 6-1 run, going up 25-24 in that set. They had 5 ties and 2 lead changes. The Nanacks would prevail in that first set, 30-28, but the Lumberjacks would reel off 3 straight sets for the 3-1 win. The Nanacks faced Colorado Christian this afternoon and suffered the same fate in a 3-1 loss. Alaska is 0-6. The Nanacks take on number 12 Fresno Pacific at 7 tonight in the second game of their doubleheader. We'll have more on that game on Monday as well. At about 7:20 early this morning, the Nanack hockey team was on post at Fort Wainwright doing what some of our men and women in uniform do to prepare for battle. But what do tires and gas masks have to do with winning hockey games? Well, they explain.
Come on, boys! Push it, push it!
The success we've seen is it really does test them mentally and physically, and it also tests their leadership capabilities as well as the teamwork of the organization. They're really enhanced community relations that we have with the Nanooks as well as with the greater Fairbanks community.
Hi, we're going! You're good, 948. Come on, just to the gate!
I've seen military competitions like this in the past. They're very effective at helping small units gel into an organization that can work together on a constant basis.
1, 2, 3. Come on, fellas, almost there, eh? Finish hard!
It's actually, I think it's unreal that we get the experience to see what they're up to and like how much training they actually go through to protect the country that they're in, and it's unbelievable.
Straight ahead for AJ. Yeah. Heads up, Schwartz.
It's like mental. You just got to push yourself through it. You know you can do it, but it's just like you got to stay mentally tough, and that's what gets you through it. So.
Thanks, boys. Woo! Thanks, Rick, fellas. Nice big cat.
It's really good because we depend on one another, and by going through hard stuff like that, it just brings us together, and it's only going to translate over to the ice. Gets us comfortable with each other, helps us battle. That's what we need on the ice to win.
Finally, the UAF cross-country team was up this morning as well. They ran the short course race against Montana State Billings and Seattle Pacific. The men were first into the fog. The Nanacks had a solid showing, though. Isaac Lammers led the way for the second-place Nanacks with a top 5 finish in 12 minutes and 55 seconds. Max Olex and Michael Fehrenbach went 9th and 10th in 13:19 and 13:20. Robert Peterson led the field in 12:40 for MSUB. He also won Thursday's long course. The Yellow Jackets took it with 2 through 4. Those are the spots they won. For the women, Hannah Stevens was the first Nook to cross in 6th place at 15:51. Nicole Bath came in 15 seconds later for 7th place. Mia Anderson and Maddie Pfeiffer were 11th and 12th. Seattle Pacific would win on the legs of Michaela Fricker, who also in the long course on Thursday. MSUB was 2nd and UAF came in 3rd.
It's really solid to see everybody really close together. It's a really good thing. It means we've got a really tight team, really strong team, and one that we can really work with. So
we're all starting this together, and this is the first time for all of us, and it's really just like, you know, every race is just another milestone, and we're happy with it.
We definitely learned a lot. We can tell now what they came in with from their summer training and from these last couple of weeks of camp, and it's just really exciting to see where we're going to go from here.
And that's a wrap for sports. Thanks for rocking with me on a Saturday. For more sports, at KTVF11 Sports on Twitter. You can also go to YouTube and Webster11.com. Your full weather forecast is coming up next, and we'll catch you next time.